Ready to go? I can see up your nose.
Blair John.
Alright, so there's the Home Depot. So that is when you come in, get your little wood supplies. You need a table, you need a hammer. There you go. Come out behind the Home Depot, and that gray speck in the distance, that's our truck. So I'm going to walk down towards our truck, and there's John calibrating some equipment.
I'm getting the SB7 spirit box set up. I'm going to start it scanning on FM in reverse at 150 milliseconds.
And something a lot of people don't know is you don't just turn on this particular device and expect to get results. You need to let it warm up and get calibrated for about 15-20 minutes before you can really expect anything. So if you're going out on an investigation on your own and you want to use one of them, great. They work fantastic, but make sure you give it time to calibrate.
Also, and if after that calibration period you don't pick up anything, you can then start playing with the settings. I like a reverse FM sweep between 150 milliseconds and 200 milliseconds. Seems to be the good starting point. And then from there you may want to adjust that.
Okay, we're gonna shut down the video for right now. We're gonna go ahead and get set up, get stuff moving, and we'll be back shortly.
Ah, very interesting.
I got my shoes on.
I don't.
Yeah, but I forgot my shoes earlier. When we went out earlier, I forgot my shoes.
Keeping out for an object. I'll stub my toe on it. And I'll shoot up a prayer to heaven when I stub my toe.
Cannot.
Right there.
I can't get it? Is that what you're telling me?
Maybe.
Strange.
Yeah, very. Thank you.
The whole thing is strange. I agree with that.
Do you have a name?
Fear.
Nah,
No.
that's not a name. I'm from Brooklyn. You gotta do better than that.
That's a title. I don't discount your title, but that's not a name.
Don't shut my thing off. I'll tell you what, I can hear it. I can't make out what it's saying, but the SB is getting louder.
Telepathy.
Oh, interesting.
We have heard a few things on the SB7 that seem to pertain to what might be considered something other than FM radio broadcast snippets. So anyway, it has said some interesting things.
Yeah, I've been posting them on Facebook as it's saying it.
Yeah.
I'm just sorry we didn't have the digital recorder on it.
Yeah. Next time.
All right, it's telling us to remove. We're not moving yet. We've got at least an hour and a half before we're moving. No.
What did it say?
First it said remove, and then it said yourself.
Really?
Really?
So if if we haven't moved, how can we remove?
So a couple of interesting things that we're catching here. Normally we do not start out with we don't start out with the S box or the, I don't know why I can't get this to fold it back the way it's supposed to. But normally we don't start out with this kind of equipment, communication type of equipment. Normally we start out with baselines and EMFs and things like that, taking a walk around, trying to get a feel for what's going on. But we got such weird and compelling content coming out of the S box, and I knew that we weren't going to be able to get anything off of the digital recorder. We're not going to get any EVPs today. I would be very surprised. It would be really hard to understand anything going on besides the roar of the traffic. I broke out the Ovilus, and the Ovilus is something that It's an app that we have on the iPad. It's not something we've ever really used before, except around the house, kidding around.
Yeah, and it's not a true Ovilus box, which is a piece of electronic
Yeah,
equipment. But
it's not a question answer box, but telling us that there's legions and we should be fearful and we need to remove ourselves was
prayer.
and to pray. Those were kind of compelling as well. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get a stationary camera set up. I think, John, I would like it set up right over here. There's something about
This midpoint.
there's just something about this one right here. You know, when I first got here today, usually we do a walk around, right? And I try to get a feel for what's going on. I try to see if I can, if anything is rattling me a little bit. And when we first got here, nothing was. But I have to say that there's something about this unmarked headstone here that is just kind of, it just keeps pulling me back. So I can see 3 headstones, and there's probably some flat stones down here that are overgrown. They're supposed to be, what, 16?
11 to 16-ish.
Yeah,
I have
but
to
I
research it.
only see 3. But there's something about this one right here that just keeps pulling me back to it, and I don't know what's going on. I'll be honest, I felt nothing when we got here. I was like, hey, let's go up to Tucker. Let's go, you know, somewhere else and see what else we can. But John insisted on staying, so kudos to him for his instincts. And then the spirit box went haywire on us, spouting all sorts of things. Please don't die on me, John.
Oh, that was one of them.
Yeah.
Said my name.
Said John's name, said dead right after it, said hey there. There's a couple other things that it was saying, very clear, very not radio-esque, very voicey, so it was interesting. So we'll see what happens. That thing in John's hand, that I refer to as Thing 1 because of the fuzziness on the end of it.
Thing 1.
Thing 1. It is a souped up Hero 3 GoPro that John has adapted to a really cool handle. So it can be stationary or it can be portable, however you want to do it. He's got some lights on it that he's rigged up. Microphone. He's got, that's this thing is the microphone. Most of the stuff we've had laying around the house. So, you know, look around your house, see what you got laying around and what you can put together.
Hey, this GoPro 3 white is probably 6 years old, maybe 8.
Yeah, it's
still a fine piece of equipment. So
yeah, works fantastic.
Yeah, don't knock yourself out going out on Amazon or Adorama or any of that, or down to Target or Walmart and buying a bunch of stuff. Yesterday's technology is perfectly fine.
Like I said in our post, in that post that I made yesterday, you don't need a lot of bells and whistles. They're fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna stand here and lie to you. These are fun to play with. I like them. I like toys. We're techie geeks. I suck at playing with them and figuring them out, but I enjoy them. I enjoy trying, at least. But you don't need them, right? Walk around. What do you feel? What do you see? What draws your attention? You know, those are the kind of important things. John's taken some baseline video. As you can see, it's starting to get dark around here.
I just did. I did not hit record.
It's blinking like it's recording.
Now it is.
So I talked to nothing?
Yep.
Okay. So as you can see, we suck at tech because we did a whole big spiel about our equipment and all that kind of happiness.
And John didn't have his on.
And John didn't turn his on. But I can't say anything because I had to do 3 takes just to walk there and back because lens cap, not turning on the mic, not plugging in the mic. So we suck at this.
We're learning.
If you're techie minded and you like running this kind of equipment and you know how to do it, let me know. Maybe we could work something out. I got the EMF reader going. Here we go. So we're picking up all those wires. I'm going to try and get a little baseline of where it normally is going to sit underneath all these wires. So if we've got any friends, they're going to need to hit over a 2. Yeah, they're going to need to hit over a 2 for me to buy it. if I'm underneath the wires, it'll hike up to 2. But along the fence line, I'm getting straight zeros.
0?
But that happened last week too. We went.
Yeah, you did.
We got straight zeros, but we got some pretty compelling. Yeah. So when I get right down in here, it jumps up. So it's this.
I just wanted to, Cecilia is setting up a high-tech stand for the infrared night vision camcorder. And so that is our stand for that. That's our tripod. It's a quadrupod, actually. And a folding vintage 1960s Samsonite quadrupod holder for the late model camcorder 1080p infrared night vision. We have the Steadicam on Cecilia. She's got the SLS out. And we are looking through a chain link fence.
Yeah.
So that is a challenge. But still, with the structured light scanning, if there's any structured light that we can't see with the naked eye, we still should be able to see.
I am positive there's somebody right there, but I'm not picking them up.
You see that?
Not for nothing, but that's like having the cat in my face.
Well, you should feel right at home.
Dude, I love you, but get it off my shoulder. What's interesting to me with this right now is with all the trees and the brambles,
Yeah.
it's mapping none of it in.
No, it's not.
And that is unusual. I should be getting that tree mapped in, and it won't map that tree in.
Nothing's mapping in.
Here, step back. Let me see if I can map you in.
All right. Try me.
Yep, mapping you in just fine.
Is it?
In case you're wondering, that's what John looks like mapped in on the SLS camera. Now you're not mapped anymore. You move too much. Please, sir, show yourself. So we're talking about IR night vision. It's calling us a geek.
Geek.